Pounders, welcome back. It is Saturday night. We are less than 24 hours away from the conference championship games. I'd like to hear what we got for predictions in the chat. Are we Team Ravens or are we Team KC? Because it seems like in this exact scenario, just Mahomes finds a way to get it done. That's the closer game on the weekend, 3.5-point favorites for the Ravens. And then hopefully it's entertaining. Late night game, we have San Fran versus Detroit. Huge info with Debo expecting to play. Now, we attacked that rather correct. Monday, when we did our stream, or Tuesday, it was Monday. You could get Debo with your last pick. People were selecting Juwan Jennings over Debo. I think, obviously, looking back, like those people are kind of kicking themselves. But honestly, it doesn't matter a whole lot. Sure. For the first knockout, which was 11,000 entrants, the same as knockout number 2, it's a shorter time frame, right? So those teams that you're drafting now, you're not going to be facing really those last round Debo teams. So you could jump in the water today and the waters are safe. Like you're basically on even playing field with that information. But you would have a huge advantage if this was a week where you had like that 45,000 entrant contest that doesn't fill until Sunday morning. But that's not the case. Let's jump in. Let's start by doing the playoff best ball. I have 2 teams that are super live that can fill a Super Bowl lineup. Out of these 4, I lost some really good Lamar teams in second place this past week, but so is life. It looks like this one's dead. Gauntlet 2. The dream is running thin. This was a Detroit Buffalo team. No good. We'll take our money back, I suppose. The Summit. KC Philly plus CMC. No one has a QB in this pod. I finally get just a little bit. I just want a little bit of luck here. So Neek's here with Josh Allen. We have Mahomes, CMC, Pacheco, Rice, Watson, and Hardman. It's not the prettiest, but it's live. This contest is smaller too. This is the Summit. Shout out to KZ, Grinder, Josh Allen team again. Josh Allen, Tua, and Josh Allen. Now there's a sneaky team in here that can put up a good amount of points. I looked at it, I was like, yeah, it'll take some pretty bad luck to lose that team, but anything's possible. This is a San Fran Buffalo rip. And the mitten. This one's super thin, I believe. Let me peek. Mahomes, CMC. No, it's not thin at all. This is a good team. Mahomes, CMC, Pacheco, Kelsey, Rice. I like this team better. Watson, 2 on the back end. We had that double with Tampa Bay, which obviously helped us get through a round. And naked Jake Ferguson helps us get through a round. I'm sure when I was going Jake Ferguson here, that wasn't the plan to just go solo. Maybe it was because we back-to-backed Mike Evans. Maybe I was going to – let me peek. Yeah, we bring in Tolbert at the very, very end to go with this KC stack. So this is an interesting one. Pushing through CMCs feels good, but this pod is the pod luck. The pod luck ran out. We start with a super strong Lamar squad and Goff. Take your pick. Whoever scores the most points with Gibbs, Hill, Amon-Ra, Kelsey. So this first team's already strong. Obviously, don't have a ton of options at wide receiver flex, but I'd take this with Amon-Ra and Kelsey. Mahomes, CMC, Montgomery, Kittle, Kelsey, Odell, Watson. Like this pod is legit. This pod's legit. Our squad that we went over, Allen and Goff. So this team even has a QB left. Goff with Gibbs, Montgomery, Amon-Ra, and Reynolds. So this one's obviously a little thinner. The build on this is pretty gross, but 4 running backs, just I don't know. I don't know about that. Another Baltimore-Detroit squad gets through. Crazy. Again, 4 running backs. I guess he super live. All four receivers are playing. Crazy. He actually pushes this through to the 3rd round with Mark Andrews not playing yet. So just JMO, Rashee Rice, and Amon-Ra. And Rashee Rice had a pretty dud of a game last week. So this is actually like mind blowing on how he pushed this through. Mind blown. Josh Allen, finally a dead team. You have to get to team 6 before you have a 0 QB team. A solo Mahomes squad, and this team's live. He has Kelsey, Rice, Pacheco, and we have Mahomes, McCaffrey, Kelsey, Rice. So I like our team better. Not gonna lie. Lamar again. This pod sucks, man. I like this team too. And obviously the payout for the mitten is bigger than it is for the summit. The summit's like 5K up top. I want to say the mitten 4 is 20. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I believe it's 20. Shout out to Alex. What's going on, my man? Nick, Pat clearly rooting for the Lions with that sweater. Hell no. I don't got a Lion player, I think, left. That being said, dude, how about Goff? How about Goff for these conference championship drafts? I know, obviously, in 4-man. Nick, are you going basically just QB last in most of those if you're not getting Lamar in the 4-man drafts? That's sort of how I've been attacking those. But this squad, 2 running backs, QB live, and probably dead. I don't know what this team was doing. Just 1 player from each team. This could be an auto draft team that's made it this far, to be honest. Another Lamar squad. You can't make this stuff up. This pod's insane, man. This pod's insane. You would have thought this was drafted like week 2 of the playoffs. Staffy Baker. So there's 2 dead teams out of the 10. Kind of unlucky, but we definitely have a path to success for this squad. So that's exciting, at least. That is exciting. And it's these 5 right there. Watson, a lot of people have Watson, so I don't think that's going to help us at all. But this was an interesting one. Let's just dive into how many drafts I've done so far for this conference championship round. Looks like it said 71. I did both single entry $75 lineups. Rooms were relatively tough, relatively sharp. Lamar, Pacheco, Hill, Ayuk, Flowers, Andrews. Don't love this one. And then this one, I auto-drafted like 4 picks. Max pain. But I think it turned out just fine. The fact that we got Debo at 10 here, when I probably would have went Debo at like 4 or 5, wherever I was drafting from. So that ends up fine. Gibbs at 9. Pretty standard. 3rd and short. There's so many different types of drafts this week. So I was pretty hyped. I was having a lot of fun with this contest. Purdy, naked, Justice Hill. So basically just putting off RB on this one, trying to push and kind of stack the pass catchers. I don't know if I love Zay Flowers this week too. With the return of Mark Andrews, I've been trying to get more Debo, more Ayuk, Amon-Ra, Rice even. Give me a combination of 2 of those guys in a majority of my lineups this week. Just sort of feels right. But Flowers is explosive, so obviously he's going to be dabbled in, and sometimes you have to do it. But on this team's fine, but 3 wide receivers doesn't feel like a 3 wide receiver week to me. $25. This one's fun too. So the fullback dive, 456 entrants, $25 to enter, and 2K up top. Really nice. Really enjoy this format. Purdy, CMC, Rice, Debo, Kittle, and Andrews. This was a sick one. Lamar, Gibbs, Justice Hill, Amon-Ra, Debo, Mark Andrews. I like this one better, even though it's projected less. Who cares about projections? Lamar, Gibbs, Ayuk, Bateman, Laporta. So this one I probably just got absolutely boxed it does hurt when you're drafting from the 3 spot and you're looking for a flex at the end of those drafts. And it's just like, if you're in sharper rooms that, they're putting off QB, after Lamar goes off, you could be in for some pain. You could be in for some pain. Charles, welcome to the live stream, my man. If you guys are just joining us, go down, slap the like on the way in. Victory formation. This was a single entry, 1K to first, 564 entrants. So another smaller field tournament. Obviously going to be easier to spike into top 3 in one of these. Lamar, Pacheco, Debo, Zay Flowers, Laporta, Mark Andrews. That one feels good. Mark Andrews and Likely really feel like toss-ups this week. It really feels like it could be one or the other, or none of them, really. Likely's been getting there on 3 targets. The last 3 games, the most targets he's had is 3. He's had 2 catches in every single game, and he scored a touchdown in every single game. So that is big that he is a red zone target for Lamar. But he's been getting there. He's been hitting without a lot of volume. So it is a little scary now that we add Mark Andrews into this mix. And what percent, what's the split's going to be like? Because if you look at earlier in the season when Mark Andrews was playing, and I don't expect Mark Andrews to play a full game. Maybe, if I had to guess, 40 to 60% snap count. But even then, doesn't seem like they run a lot of 2 tight end sets, and they should. In my opinion, they should. When Mark Andrews was playing, you had Likely out there anywhere from 11% to 35%. Besides the game that Mark Andrews goes down, then he gets that huge spike. So we'll see. We'll see what it looks like this week. It's going to be interesting though, because it is a big unknown. And I've made the switch to drafting Mark Andrews over Likely. Some people are still on team Likely, making the bet that Andrews doesn't play the full game, or maybe he's a decoy. I've seen some of that stuff, but honestly, if he's going to be out there and let's say he does play 40%, I'd probably want Andrews over Likely. It just sort of is what it is. It doesn't mean Likely could easily be the one that spikes over him, but that's a risk I'm willing to take. That fast? Dude, that $3 draft we did together on like Tuesday morning when you were like, yeah, this one's getting tossed. Got tossed. Only did 2 drafts in that tournament because I'm like, yeah, I just won it. So why would I do more? Oh, shit. I get stuck with my one lineup that blows. Mahomes, Pacheco, St. Brown, Flowers, Kelsey, and Likely. Now, I don't have a ton of Mahomes this week. But I'll show you guys my exposures, and I still have to set up my swaps tomorrow. Let's do the Hail Mary. We'll go over this last one, then I'll go over the exposures. Interesting tournament. This one is still open. It's first place or last place, like America. You're either in first or you're in last. 8K to first, 456 entrants. This one is unforgiving. And we end up with some team that's sort of unique. Well, Purdy, CMC, Ayuk, Rice, Laporta, and Mark Andrews. I'll take it. You're going to see a lot of Mark Andrews teams for me. Mixing in Bateman at the end, Reynolds, but a lot of Andrews, a lot of Likely, especially at the flex. Let's peek into the exposures. Dude, Debo going last pick. I told my Patreon members, like, I'm probably not going to be drafting a ton of Debo, but where we were getting him with the last pick of the draft, where you can just pick swap off, especially if you're second, if you're second pick or third pick, like sometimes you're just getting a free swap to Juwan Jennings anyways. So if you weren't going Debo in those drafts, and people were drafting Juwan Jennings over Debo early in the week, he was going undrafted in some of these pods. So I end up with, this is coming down. This was higher. But because I've been doing so many more drafts, this has been coming down because he's being drafted every single draft. So again, risk reward. It's gonna be different for everybody. CMC, I'm not going Lamar at 1, so I am getting CMC. I am getting the 2 spot CMC fall. I'm sure some of you guys are getting that as well. Kittle, I wanted this to be above 33%. Is 39% enough? I like Kittle this week, so I'm glad he's my tight end 1 in ownership, but I wish it was a little higher, not gonna lie. Just when you're in sharper rooms, though, he's getting sniped. Purdy, 51%. Again, like, if I'm not getting Lamar, I'm usually putting off my QB to at least the 5th round. So, yeah, I have as much Mahomes as I do Goff. Lamar, I do want this number up. I just try to push him, and then he ends up not coming back. But it's fine. Some of those Lamar teams I do have are monstrous. Absolute monstrous. Here's the Juwan Jennings. Here's the Juwan Jennings. I just don't understand why people are drafting him over Deebs. Mixed in some Bateman here. If you guys don't know, Bateman has been running the second most snaps at receiver, second most routes. Nelson Aguilar gets in the end zone last week, but after Zay, like, we're seeing a nice little boost from Bateman. Now, Odell is on the downswing, so I would rather draft Aguilar over Odell. I've seen some people mix in Odell, which, it's fine. Anything can hit on any given Sunday, especially on slates that are this small. Connor, welcome to the live stream, my man. I'm sending your exposure to Tay Swift. She won't even know what it is. She'll be like, oh, wow, that's so much Travis. You must love him so much. Yeah, more than you know. All right, we'll start with the pick 6, and we insta-fill it. We get the 3 of 3. Good. Here we go. See, we aren't giant spoons all the time. Sometimes we give the 101 to other people. There's the Overzet coffee pour for you. All right. It's like kickoff. Cracking a freshie. 3 spots typically tough. We'll see if Rand is a rogue drafter without a badge. Some of those badgeless rooms, though, have been some of my favorite drafts, not gonna lie. Oh, shit. You don't have to say it out loud. It just sounds so much worse. Peng, if you guys need pants, if you guys are in the pants industry, shopping for some nice pants, Davis won't be able to help you out. Never wearing pants. Charles, stop talking when you crack that beer. Let us all enjoy it. Next time. Or the next beer. All right, he goes Lamar. I've been dragging Debo up to here. I have a feeling I might be able to get him back, though. This might be a little 3 wide receiver. Well, three wide receiver team here. We'll put off running back in this one. Try to get a little, maybe even a little triple stack, San Fran. Obviously, always a risk. The CMC team goes Purdy down here because we're looking to get Purdy on this back end. Okay, he double taps. So now this guy's in a shit spot. Probably should go Debo and then hope to get Flowers there. If he goes Debo, we go Kittle. We might go Kittle and Kelsey in this spot. Will open us up for Mahomes squad. He goes Kittle. We're still going to go Deebs. And I'll tell you why. Even if we don't get Purdy, like I'm completely fine with bringing in Mahomes and being happy with it. Debo does tend to snipe some rushing touchdowns here and there. So it could just be a rushing tutty week for Deebs to make this team make sense. We can go Montgomery. We can go Gus Edwards, Justice Hill. Like, who would you rather? I have a lot more Hill than I do Gus Edwards. But for this team specifically, where we don't have anyone on Baltimore, we're looking for the touchdown reaper. This guy can't go RB. This guy can. We should be able to get the man of our choice. I don't have that much Gus this week, as you guys just piqued my exposures. But for it to make sense, you can get a Gus Edwards, 1-2 touchdown game if they fall on the 1-yard line. Cool. Wow. What do we want to do here? We can do this super stack, but it really doesn't feel good not having a single Baltimore piece, not going to lie. Rainy game. I'll have to double check that. But I believe that game is set to rain and could mean a little more running. Let's go Gus Edwards here, just to be a little different. Gus Eddy steals 2 from Lamar on the ground. That's how this team wins. Justice Hill just feels like a little more of a bet on Lamar, just slightly. Just slightly. But yeah, snaps between these two guys, like Hill's on the way up, and Gus, he did leave the game for a little bit. He did get hurt, so we'll see if this spikes up a little bit back to around 40%. It really is just a split. We're just looking for touchdowns. So this contest, we can do 6. We're going to do all 6. Payouts for this one are 3K, 2K. Nice. Really sick. I like that. I like that. Drafting from the 2 now. I've been doing a lot of Amon-Ra at 2 as well, and I have to start getting some Lamar. As you saw, it was like 24%. It should be at least at 1/3. I just always try to push into the second round, try to get Amon-Ra and Lamar. If we had a badgeless person here, I would be more tempted to go Amon-Ra and then see if Lamar can come back to me. That's the way that I've gotten both of these two twice. And just like you'll get random people. They don't always have to be badgeless. But you get random people just going like Mahomes, Kelsey. It's like, oh my God. Okay. Dude. Oh my God. The dust. The absolute dust. I have a Dalvin Cook squad. I definitely do. I definitely do. Speak it into existence. Speak it into existence. Good thing I have pants on. I never stand up. That's crazy. And then I queued Depot. That'd be tragic. What just happened? What just happened? Saved myself right there too with the. They don't have to be badgeless. Saved myself with that. That's hysterical. That's wild. All part of the script, boys. If he goes RB here, I'm tempted to just bring in one of the RBs and not get boxed. He doesn't go RB, so as long as this guy doesn't double tap. Don't double tap, buddy. Relax. Relax the fingies. Ooh! All right, can we get Laporta to come back to us? This is a QB. He's going Purdy. He's locking in Purdy and Zay Flowers. He doesn't have to go Purdy. He's so smart. He's so smart. I'll go Zay here. He's going Purdy still. Watch him go Purdy still. He doesn't need to until his last pick. We both have QBs. Yeah, I was like, "What is the big wait, bro? What is the wait?" Alright. Maybe we go both. What if we go both tight ends? Just make your eye twitch. See what we get back to us. That's wild, though. That's wild we called that. He goes he goes Mahomes, Kelsey. Like, it's such a scroll too. Like, that is a less than 1%. That is a less than 1%. This could be Justice Hill too. We don't have Zay Flowers. 2 pass catchers seems cool too. I'm cool with either one of these, to be honest. It's a tight end type day. It's a tight end type day. That's how we ruin this one. Wild. Absolutely wild. Yeah, Bateman's live. Bateman's definitely live. Where I'm already risking it with Andrews. Let's have a little fun with it. You have to think with how likely he's performing that he earns snaps, though, right? Even though Mark Andrews is back. We get the 3, we get the 2, we get the 1. Diverse. Let's go. You just talked about him. Yeah, he's live 100%. But like likely can get there just as easy as Bateman, probably easier. Bro, this is too funny. Welcome, my man. Welcome. Did you must have heard? Did you hear me? Were you in the live stream when I said sometimes the 3 spot will just do something crazy like Mahomes Kelsey? That makes so much more sense. I like naked Lamar in this. Yeah, 100% agree. 100% agree. It would have been huge if we could have got Zay in that spot, but beggars can't be choosers when you're getting Amon-Ra Lamar starts. There it is. There's the truth. There's the truth. Making dreams come true. Shimmy Cocoa Pop. Shimmy, shimmy Cocoa Pop. Amon-Ra goes at 2 in this one. Pachek. We already have our RB. In this spot, it feels best to double tap receiver here. Still feels best to double tap receiver. We'll go Debo and Rice. You can just get boxed. You can make the bet on one of these guys, but it really is just like dartboarding it. If I don't put these guys in an order, like it's pretty gross, but eeny, meeny, miny, mo. You can make the bet that Debo gets hurt or whatever early. Like that's completely viable too with Juwan Jennings. Debo got hurt, what, like twice within the first quarter? And then he leaves the game right before halftime. It's like, all right, the first time wasn't an injury. The first time was the shoe coming off. The first time was the shoe coming off, and the announcer's like, "Oh man, like San Fran fans are, breath of fresh air right there. Avoided injury." Like 3 plays later. This is a double tap of tight ends, in my opinion. He has Ayuk. He could go either way. He could go any of the QBs, to be honest. He can go Goff, he can go Purdy, obviously. He can go Mahomes. So we'll let him make his pick. We're fine with going Mahomes too. Probably should for my exposures, but I like that. I'm not gonna be huge on Kelsey this week. I know he was the main target last week. He's probably gonna be the main target this week. When push comes to shove, like that's Mahomes' guy. We'll see though. Weather might be shit. San Fran just gave up their first 100-yard rushing game to a running back in like what? It was like 35 games or something. Absolutely nutty. He goes Mahomes. Great. So we got our double stack with Kittle, Debo, triple stack. No bring back, but we get a little mini between Rice and Andrews too. This was a good one. That was acceptable. That was acceptable. One spot's so nice. Not as harsh drop-offs for payouts, which I feel like there's positives and negatives. Like when I first place 3K, in my mind, second place should be half of first place. So maybe just add a little extra. But flatter, people tend to like flatter payouts. And then you have best ball mania. That's just this could be a wild room. This could be a wild room loading up right now. Taylor's going to the game. He's got the insider info. She canceled Tokyo. That's nuts. He has got to score a tutty. QB sneak. Oh my God. Well, let's get a Goff team. This is probably going to end up. Let's go Monra at 2 here. Is anyone in the stream drafting Lamar at 1? Has anyone been taking Lamar at 1? Because I think you're crazy if you are. It's just so much easier to get a flat scoring week at QB than it is to match the points that CMC can put up at running back, especially when the drop-off is so drastic. Pacheco might be a little banged up still. We'll see. Expecting, 15 plus touches. That's still. Let's go, boys. Let's go. What did I say? What did I say? Mahomes Kelsey. What did I say? Crazy. No way it happened. No way this guy's in the live stream. Big T. What's going on, my man? Big JMO week. Damn. And we're going to bring in Pacheco here. I wish this guy had a running back. What feels right versus what I should do are two different things. We should go Pacheco here. Just for the uniqueness, we should go Pacheco. Don't go Flowers. Do not. That also kind of sucks. I don't know what I was hoping for. You know what I mean? Like he has to pick someone and they all hurt. This guy's double tapping tight end, which is fine because then we're going to go Mark Andrews, obviously. And this is probably Justice Hill and it's onslaught. Do something crazy. QB. This Sam Laporta. Instant. Yeah, it's the right thing to do. The stars didn't align. These guys came back to life. They came back to life. Started playing for keeps. All right. 3 pass catchers on Baltimore doesn't feel good, not gonna lie. When you tell 'em like, Lamar's gonna throw for what, 197.5? Like, we already have a Detroit. This might be a Monty team. Yeah, just pretty nutty. Jennings leverage your Debo squad. Easily could. Easily could. Juwan Jennings feels good too. 100%. Debo goes down early in the game, shoulder injury. Super easy to re-injure. You could tell me that story. But are we going Juwan over David Montgomery, who's going to get 12 touches with some goal line touches? I know San Fran's got a legit D, but Gus the Bus. Nah, see, Gus in this scenario for me is negative correlation, in my opinion. Hey, I let the computer decide. I did flip up Juwan. We let the computer decide. That 50-50. Gus, so that's the team where we need Lamar to get in the end zone on the ground. I feel like Gus just kind of negatively correlated because he doesn't catch balls. Sure, you can onslaught, but 4-point favorites now. So what? They're expected to put up 24. 49ers. Kind of do wish it leaned you on, but there will be more. A little CMC Lamar team would be nice. I have 2 or 3 that haven't been called back yet, which is nice. Oh, shit. Dude, he already had his Super Bowl game last week. He already had his Super Bowl game. And he got 8.5 points. You know? I'm not worried about it. Yeah, Duke brings up a good point. Once buy so much value over the field too. Draft a QB with last pick. Right. Give me uncorrelated Goff. Like, if Lamar's gone, you're just double tapping these pass catchers, running backs. We did this last time. The only problem with this, the only problem with going Flowers is being stuck with 2 pass catchers on Baltimore without Lamar. So, like, if we go Flowers and these 3 tight ends go right now, we'll see. If someone double taps tight end, then we were right. If they don't go tight end, which someone's gotta go Flowers here. I just don't wanna get stuck with 2 pass catchers on Baltimore. If this is Laporta. Okay. So we end up with Laporta here. So it would have been fine, but usually people get tight end happy. This actually fell to us nicely. This is different than the other squad. Honestly, the floor is wide open for this squad. Let's go Justice Hill here. Let's go Justice Hill here. Get a Baltimore piece. I have a ton with Andrews, a ton with Likely. Just mix it up a little bit. Monday night stream was titled 2 tight ends optimal. Reynolds. Wow. And then he gets the last pick, tight end. He goes Goff too. So we actually get the last pick Purdy, which feels really nice. This could be Mahomes too, but I'm just team Purdy this week. I'm going to die on that sword. Likely over Mark Andrews. It's not crazy. Let's give this a refresh. Check the exposures. Debo's officially our number 1 player of the week. Followed by Purdy and Ayuk and Flowers. Like I'm not even super high on Flowers. Just I'm double tapping 2 receivers before Flowers is off the board. I just like my teams a lot better than trying to guess at, which bag is gonna is gonna spike. See, Nick, I told you, bro. There is a Dalvin Cook team, man. There's a Noah Gray team too. What happened there? What happened there? Oh man, that's when everyone goes. Oh, that must have been a 4-man draft, and I got boxed at tight end. That's exactly what happened. All right, this is the last pick 6 that I think we have. And now time to show the money team. Thank you for everyone that has smashed the like. Purdy CMC. This one's nice, but we have one that is just a little nicer. Drafted on last week's live stream. Purdy CMC, Amon-Ra, Ayuk, Kittle Likely. Yeah. Oh, Tyler's in the 1 spot, man. You come in here and you just steal my influence just like that. Just like that. No respect. No respect, kids these days. We'll have to get you back on the live stream, Ty. Let's go. Just playing from behind. Is that what we have for game script here? Playing from behind, have to throw all the second half. It's crazy. Like I have about 50% Purdy, but he hasn't looked the best towards the end of the season. He put it together a little bit last week, but I could see a world in which it's a closer game than what the odds are saying. But San Fran, little fun fact, they're ran on the least of any team in the NFL. Let's go Amon-Ra here again at 2. Lamar can definitely break the slate. Like there's no doubt he can break the slate. But oh my God. No way he goes Ayuk then Lamar. I was gonna say, man. Wow. We're just getting gifts. We're just getting gifts. Christmas was a month ago. They're still coming in. This is crazy. See what Ty does here. Don't worry, that's an earlier tournament. We don't gotta worry about that. People are drafting like madmen in that tournament. All right, so we get Pacheco with this squad too. He goes Deebs. Basically, when we go Pacheco here, we're hoping for a double tap of tight end. We want Flowers. We want Flowers to come back to us. If he doesn't, we're obviously going one of these two tight ends. Let's go. Guaranteed one of these two tight ends. Tyler already has his flex. This team's going to turn out beautiful. Beautiful. Because it's going to be a double tight end build. All right, let's see it, Ty. What do we got for tricks in the rabbit hat? Ray Ray? Is it going to be Ray McLeod? Chris Conley? DPJ, man. An absolute mannequin. He goes Reynolds. Man of his word. Respect. And he gets the last pick, Purdy, which is surprising. We just scooped the value. That's what happened. That's what happened. This is going to be relatively different. Little Detroit double stack with Lamar. We have our bring back with Pacheco. No San Fran piece feels odd, though. I will say no San Fran piece feels odd. What do you guys like the combo better? Zay Flowers and Laporta or Kittle and Bateman? Like, if you're going to run that 100 times, it's got to be Flowers and Laporta. It has to be. But it feels bad not having a KC piece. Not KC, excuse me. A San Fran piece. Not going to lie. Like, as nice as this team seems, not having a San Fran piece just feels bad. Jennings? Nah, I'm not going Jennings there. I'd rather just make the bet that Lamar, we're already making the bet on Lamar. So 4 touchdown game, like something crazy. He had a 5 a few weeks back, so it's not like it's out of reach. We can go to the onside kick. Onside kick. How many entrants? 1,200 entrants, so a little smaller field, smaller than the last one. $9 entry, $1K to first. It's a really fun contest. I've been having a blast. Honestly, with the information changing too about Debo, the teams I drafted on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are completely different than the last few days. So been really getting all angles of this game, just of these games, I should say, of the 2 games. But the Sunday brawl. Oh my God, let's check out this 50-point team. What happened here? I wish you could pull up the freaking. Oh, it's a 4-person draft. So we got boxed at everything. Like we got what actually happened. We were drafting like a fair amount of Mark Andrews too. Especially in the early 4-man drafts, just because the advantage that you could potentially get with Mark Andrews playing. And there was that unknown, but where he practiced, he had 2 full practices last week. I was pretty confident that he was going to get the go ahead. Goff, McCaffrey, Hill, Rice, Debo. This one's just 4-person draft. It's actually stronger than it looks. It's just last pick QB. Pretty simple. Noah Gray, man. I got boxed at these 4. The 4-person drafts are savage. They really are. Wobby, welcome to the live stream, my man. Drafting in the 3 spot. Badged up. Lamar goes at 2. Amon-Ra Ayuk. Double tap. For me here, this is where I have. Personally, I think I have Debo at 4. It's risky. It's very risky. Let's do this. Onslaught. Onslaught, the 52-point total game. And then find a way to leverage the Baltimore KC game. So we're automatically getting one of these 4 players. We're getting 2 of these 4 players. Let's go. That's huge. That's so big. Don't go Laporta, dear God. That feels really good. So we get our bring back with Sam. And we're off to the races here. Obviously, we get Brock Purdy, last pick. This is the best one we drafted tonight. Easy. Easy. ER7, welcome to the live stream, my man. Alex Mack is back. Wow. Making up for, fading San Fran. Yeah. It felt that bad that I had to onslaught. Dude, the correlation. See, Nick's brain just works in different ways. He's like thinking like, all right, like he's keeping track of what times to draft. Crazy. 100%. That is how his brain works. Savage. Absolute savage. This one, how much are we winning? Fuck. This is the smallest contest we drafted. That one still feels good, boys. That one feels good. We should end on the high note there. That one feels good. This Sunday, hurry up. That's the one we got into that draft, Nick, and it got thrown out. But this team's actually flames too. I only did one of these. This is when no one was drafting Mark Andrews. Was this the single entry? This is when no one was drafting Debo. Oh my God, these teams are actually flames. Oh, all right. We got to be taking down one of these contests this week, right? No, it doesn't work like that. Like, someone you don't think is like Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to go off for like 2 tutties, just ruin everyone's hopes and dreams of ever playing Battle Royales ever again. Guys, if you enjoyed tonight's live stream, go down, slap the like on the way out, subscribe to the pound if you haven't already. Join the Discord. Link is going to be in the description as well as in the comments. It's where all the pounders hang out off stream. Please no. Please no. Ty, everyone, have a good night. Pounders.